It don't cost you nothing.
Hey YouTube, it's Auntie Mickey. And yes, I am extremely exhausted. This is video number 3 tonight. However, I wanted to knock this out before I go to bed. Oh, ever since I started doing stuff on Angie Stone, I keep running across the same individual. Drives me nuts. I can't. So I'm not going to even speak on this individual. What I will speak on is the innuendos and lies and stuff like that she has a tendency to spew out without no actual proof or anything like that. So, but again, I do want to reiterate to please use plain and common sense when you're dealing with this particular situation with Angie Stone. Yes, it is extremely crazy. There is so many different ins and outs to this whole story that it could make a movie of the week. But again, we need to follow the process. And I'm in total support of Stone Paxton. He seems to be the only voice of reason that I've come across on YouTube at this point. But there are some questions that I can't help but ask. Why are so many artists, close to Angie for that matter, why are they so eerily silent? Why are people so frightened of that driver? That's a good question. Why isn't the media, mainstream media, covering this more? Or at all, for that matter? It seems as though they lost interest before they took interest, which has inevitably left it up to the YouTubers to dissect and come up with all kinds of outlandish scenarios that don't make complete sense. But all we can do is wait for this process to run out, because eventually it will. Now, from what I understand, this is being looked at as a homicide. And I'm not saying that that's far-fetched at all. As a matter of fact, it's probably the case. But in the case of the car accident itself, I find it hard to believe that 9 people climbed into that van knowing that one was going to perish. Nobody. I don't think I could find 2 people that would be willing to get into a van knowing that it's going to flip and knowing that it's going to get hit by an 18-wheeler. There's just no way you can convince me otherwise. Why are the people so close to this situation so quiet? Well, I tell you what. If you've signed an NDA, you can't talk. There's your answer. You can't talk. And why would you sign an NDA? Because you were in an accident and you had to hire an attorney because you want to get paid for that accident. So you keep your mouth shut. That's what the attorneys tell you to do. Keep your mouth shut. If you want to make your money, keep your mouth shut. Plain and common sense. Doesn't have to be cloak and dagger. You can't talk when you've signed an NDA. And the reason that you would sign an NDA is to protect yourself in the case of a lawsuit that will benefit your pockets. Now, with all that said, let me shut my mouth before I start looking like this chick here.
Now, you done did it now. When I tell you it is a special place, you know where, for Leethal. I'm talking about the driver of the van. I just got finished seeing some and reading some reports about Leethal. Did you guys know it was a hit on Angie Stone? Yes, people got a big payday from Angie Stone leaving this earth. They had a hit on her, okay, Her friends are talking. Well, I don't even know if they're her real friends. I don't know. Because the thing about it is, why did it take them so long to speak out? I mean, it's starting to crack. When I'm telling you, all those people in that van that knew that she was about to leave this earth, that was a part of the sacrifice, things are not going the way they're supposed to go. People are not getting a big payday out like they thought they was, because the evil, I don't even know what to call them at this point, but they got lied, they got bamboozled, and I don't even know why you thought they were going to be real with y'all. Look how they did Angie Stone. But y'all say, no, y'all not like Angie Stone. It's not going to happen to you. You thought you was different. Oh, no, no, no. We got to talk about this. And I want everybody to know, make sure you like this video. You know why? Because the higher ups are looking. They feel like, the big people, the Breakfast Club, the Neighborhood Talk, the Shade Room, all of them, they ain't talking about Angie Stone no more. So people don't care. No, 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 no. We still got a lot of Angie Stone people here that care and want to get justice. And honey, I don't know if you want to call this a protest or not. Okay. But it's more information getting on. And Stone Paxton said that keep her name alive. Stone Paxton said, no, no, no. We got to keep talking about this. And I don't know. That's why he keep on giving little crumbs, little crumbs, little crumbs, little crumbs to keep us talking about Angie Stone. So I have some reports up here. Are y'all doing good? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Press 3 if you can hear me, just to let you guys know you are at the messy sweet spot. Okay. I'm your host, Gigi. It's Gigi with the T. Gigi with the T. Gigi. What? Gigi. Okay. Yesterday, I was real nice and sweet with y'all. Today, I'm turning it up, baby. I'm turning it up. Okay. So, okay, I'm glad that you guys are here. Okay. I know you want me to take them shades off. Hold on. Hold on. Let me take the shades off. I had to put my shades on because it's the hater blockers. Okay. So let me go here to these reports that I have to read for you guys. Stone Paxton. You all know who Stone Paxton is, right? Press 3 if you know who Stone Paxton is. For you guys that don't know who Stone Paxton is, he is Angie Stone, a friend, co-worker, even though he did not show up at the funeral. And Stone, why you didn't show up at that funeral? Why you didn't speak out? I'm still curious about his answer about that. I guess he said he's in LA and he was too booked and busy to make it to the funeral. And I said, well, hell, they had 2 funerals, several funerals, different days. So maybe, I don't know, maybe it was the snakes there and they know that he knows some information. And I don't know, maybe he thought he was going to get gone too. I don't know. But I always been kind of curious about that, So let's get it on here. Stone Paxton, he confirms 4 anonymous insiders has contacted him with shocking information about the driver, Leethal Carter. He won't say his name. Other people won't say his name, but I'm going to say the name. Matter of fact, I'll put the picture up there because we ain't scared. We ain't never scared over here. Okay. So here it is. 4 people anonymously that are close friends with Angie Stone. And I don't know, these 4 people they had relations with Leethal because they said Leethal was a hoe. Yeah. They said Leethal gets around, honey. He is a hoe up in these streets. Okay. And they said connection to Angie Stone Publishing. Allegedly, Leethal was doing business with Angie Stone. Did y'all know that? I didn't know that. I did not know that. Press 1 if you knew that Leethal was doing business with Angie Stone. Because we've been hearing a lot of relationship with Angie Stone and Leethal. First, y'all said that was her cousin. Then y'all said, well, it was just a random person that was driving that van. Now it's come find out that he worked with her and he got mad because she found out he was doing some shady deals behind her back, and she, I guess, took him out of a deal, and he got mad. I'm not understanding. So when Angie cut this man out of the deal, did he have a poker face on? Was he like, oh, I understand you got to do that, best for your business? And did Angie Stone, did she feel bad about cutting his ass out? And because she felt bad about it, she was like, well, I do have a job, a position for you. Could you be my driver?
We're going to go into this subject of what the last video, what I was talking about when I said it was something deep I had to talk to you guys about. First of all, let me say thank you to all you guys that have been sharing nothing but the positive messages of the videos that I've been posting, not the ones that have been changing the narrative of what I'm talking about. Okay, I appreciate you guys for that. And thank you for all of you that have shown love to the legacy and the memory of Angie Stone. I need you to make sure that you hashtag justice for Angie Stone. Hashtag justice for Angie Stone, you guys. Make sure you do that, you guys. It's important. Let's create this movement and keep this movement alive because she deserves justice, you guys. As simple as that. So let me get into the last ending part of the last video, part 5, when I was talking about something deep that someone had told me. And this is not hearsay. I've been getting a couple emails and stuff and texts and stuff off of my my Instagram. I actually took my number off Instagram. That's how many messages I've been getting from people in TikTok. And I took it off Instagram because it's just a bit much, you guys, for me, right? So I took it off of there. But before I took my number off of Instagram, I ended up getting some emails from the anonymous people, more than one. Like 4 anonymous people. They emailed me. It's been interesting, this whole situation, because Angie's been gone about maybe 2-3 weeks. And this situation has been, I just don't get it, you guys. Like all the media coverage we see on other things, and why there's not even the proper media coverage about Angie and her passing. And we're knowing that this is being ruled as a homicide. We know that. That's just common sense, right? But why the media has not been covering this, I have no idea. And I will say again, why a lot of celebrities are not talking about it is very confusing to me. I kind of know, but I'm going to keep that to myself right now. But people in her circle that I know that should be speaking or that could speak out and say something don't want to speak. But there's outside people that have been messaging me. I've been getting tons of calls, but it's interesting with these calls. These haven't been random calls, by the way. These have actually been calls with people that know the driver, and they've been hitting me up, sharing information with me, telling me things that I had no idea about, and helping me to connect the dots to certain stuff. I had 4 of these anonymous callers call me, and I called my brother up and put him on the phone. I called my brother Vasal Benford up and put him on the phone, and I let him hear. I didn't want to repeat what they said. I said, tell him what you guys just told me. And when they told him, he was in shock like I was, right? First of all, they said that the driver knew Angie for a long time. Long time. This is what they said to us. I'm just saying. They said the driver knew Angie a long time. And I said, okay, we're just listening. And then they went into full detail. Now, some things I can't share because I promised them that I wouldn't, because they said, please don't share this, because if you do, then it'll put us in a situation. You know, they were really scared of this person. And they told me that this particular person said that he was the one. Now, I'm telling you what they said. I'm going off of what they said. They said that he said he was the one that was helping Angie with getting her publishing back, not us. Now, that's what was told to us. I'm only telling you, once again, I'll say this again. That's what was told to us. So let's say allegedly. I'm just going off of what they said. So allegedly what they're saying is that this person who is the driver told them that he was the one collecting Angie's publishing, not us. My brother reconfirmed to them that we were the ones handling all that. The person said to us, people, more than one, that I said, because I said Angie told me it was 50 million. They said, we saw your video, Stone, and you said Angie said 50 million, but the dude that we know that was the driver told us it was over 100 million and that he was going to get 10 million off of it. Now, once again, I guess I'd have to say this is allegedly because that's what they told me. I'm going off of them. And these are people that say they've known this person a long time. And they gave me some details about this person that probably only they could give because they say they've known him, right? So I said, wow, interesting. My brother said the same thing. And we just listened. They were very scared. They feared that he could come and do something to them. This is what they told me, right? So they said, please don't mention our names. And I told them, okay, that's cool. Because I wanted to know why they wanted to tell me. You know, I always ask people when they contact, why are you giving me your information? Why you want to tell? Why don't you get on camera and talk about this? Why don't you go talk about it yourself? Tell your story. I'm adamant about if you have your story, tell your story. If I don't know somebody's story, I'm not going to go and tell their story. But if they share the story with me, then I'm going to say allegedly because I don't know this person, right? So this is why I'm going to just use the word allegedly because this is what they told me. I don't know them and I don't know the driver. So I'm just sharing with you what they told me because they wanted me to share this information but not mention their names, right?
I was just feeling sick. And it was the worst day. Mom was crying. I was sad.
I was diagnosed with rhabdomyosarcoma.
Once we got the first initial hit, it was just straight tears, sickness in your stomach, just don't want to get up out of bed.
That statement, well, you got to look on the bright side of things. Tell me what the bright side of childhood cancer is.
It's a long road. It's hard. But St. Jude has gotten us through it.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital works day after day to find cures and save the lives of children with cancer and other life-threatening diseases. Thanks to generous donors like you, families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food, so they can focus on helping their child live.
Without all of those donations, St. Jude would not be able to do all of the exceptional work that they do.
For just $19 a month, you'll help us continue the life-saving research and treatment these kids need.
No matter if it's a big business or just the grandmother that donates once a month, they are changing people's lives, and that's a big deal.
Join with your debit or credit card right now, and we'll send you this St. Jude t-shirt that you can proudly wear to show your support.
Our family is forever grateful for donations big and small because it's completely changed our lives and it's given us a second chance.
St. Jude's not going to stop until every single kid gets that chance to walk out of the doors of this hospital cancer-free.
You can join the battle to save lives by supporting St. Jude.
Can you imagine doing this?
Would you like to receive a discount or pay the full price?
Full price!
Honey, for our trip, we could save on our flights, hotel, and rental car. What do you say?
No way. Full pay.
Kind of ridiculous, right? Well, so is not taking advantage of an AARP membership. But luckily, there's never been a better time to join. Because AARP has a ridiculous offer. Just $15 the first year with automatic renewal. Plus, a second membership free for anyone in your home.
That is ridiculous.
It could pay for itself with just one use. So take advantage of hundreds of programs, services, and discounts from AARP that you can use every single day, including financial tools, job resources, and the Fraud Watch Network that helps you spot and avoid scams. And you'll love the free AARP Now app, filled with news, games, local and online events, plus AARP rewards that rewards you with points for participating in healthy activities, such as tracking your steps, taking a daily quiz, or simply reading articles. Plus, discounts you may not be aware of on gas, cell phone plans, and streaming services, eye care, and prescriptions too. And remember this, your membership matters, as AARP is the largest nonprofit, nonpartisan organization advocating on issues that affect older adults, like healthcare, Social Security, and age discrimination in the workplace. And with that, I got just one more reason for you to join AARP. The offer gets even more ridiculous. Get AARP for just $15 the first year with automatic renewal. That's a 25% savings off the regular membership rate of $20. You'll also get a second membership included free, plus a full year of the award-winning AARP The Magazine.
This whole thing is crazy. And I was trying not to look at this as some strange shit going on, but now it's really got me going, this is weird. Yesterday, I get an Instagram message from another young lady. Now, I'm going to say allegedly also, but she sent me screenshots of conversations from different people. And we're going to get into that on the next video, because now I'm not going to talk about this person right now until they give me a copy of the police report, because I want to believe her, because I want to believe the person, right? I want to believe the person. So I told the person, well, I'm not going to talk about this until you give me the police report. She gave me the case number, but I don't want to post that yet until 100% I have the police report that she filed. The two anonymous people that had the conversation with me about this driver said that they know the driver very well, and they shared all this detailed information with me about this driver, okay? So don't confuse this driver with this other person that called me yesterday, okay? Because there's a total of 4 anonymous people that have reached out to me with deep information that so deep that I know that they can't be lying, because some of the stuff they mentioned, there's no way they could have known, because it was inside stuff that I knew, right? They also told me that, if you remember, I think it was on part 4, let's see, the part 2 or 3, I mentioned the code guy. Angie hired this guy that was doing her codes. He called himself the code guy. Now, this guy's name was Chester, right? I told Angie, I said, she said she paid this guy $15,000. I said, $15,000 for what, Angie? Stoney, $15,000 for what? She said, oh, he's getting all the codes together. I say, Stoney, ain't no such thing as a code guy in the music industry. You know that. If you want an ISRC code or UPC, and for those that don't understand, if you look at a Coke bottle and you see that the lines with the numbers, that's a UPC. So these codes are equivalent to that, but in the music industry, allows you to register the songs and to be able to track the songs through the metadata, online digital sales and streams, right? So this guy gave himself a name. He called himself the code guy, and she paid him $15,000 to do this code stuff. And I told her that, I said, you don't even need to pay that. That's bullshit. That's what I said. I said, Stoney, that's bullshit. You paid him 15 and he was dragging his feet, telling her he's getting all this stuff together. And he was taking a long time, and she was disappointed with it. Now, what's my point with the code guy? The women told me, they mentioned this guy's name. I didn't even know they knew him. I never mentioned his name. She even went to the warehouse with the said driver to meet with the code guy. This is what one of the anonymous persons out of the 4 told me, okay, out of the 4. One of them said that. right? But the other 3 knew who this person was. So they said that the code guy was introduced to her through the driver, put him right in the middle of the circle. And once again, they said that the driver said that when the deal closes that Angie was putting together with getting her songs back before we came along, that the driver said he was going to get $10 million off of it. This is what they said to me, right? This is what they said to me. I couldn't have known anything about that. I didn't know until they shared that information with me, and that we were not the ones doing it. And of course, my brother assured them on the phone, we are the ones that were doing it. We came and took it over. Now, we don't know what was going on before we came, but obviously there was some crazy stuff going on because we came in and had to kind of play cleanup, not knowing anything about this person, the driver, or not much about the code guy. So, I told Angie that this guy is not really, he's charging you $15,000 for codes. What's the point, right? So she got rid of him. She stopped utilizing him because she had spent $15,000 and she was rather disappointed with that, right? So to get back to the person the next day, the anonymous person that contacted me, this person, and I'm going to end on this and we're going to pick up on this on the next video when I get the police report from this anonymous person. I don't want to post it until I have the real information. I could post the text she sent me. I could post her conversation with me when she first hit me up. I could do all that right now. But I want to put all that and include that together, okay? Okay, sorry for the jump of the video. But the other person that I was saying that contacted me is information this person shared with me that is very deep. I can't talk about it, and I don't want to talk about it because I want to make sure I give you guys the actual information. I don't want to put any information out here that's not true, because this is attached to supposedly a police report that this person filed. So I don't want to talk about it until I get a copy of this particular police report, and then I will share the conversation that person shared with me. I actually post the conversation in text, what the person said to me, as well as the detailed police report and why this person filed the police report. And let's just say it's rather interesting, and it's probably going to really blow you guys' mind, man. We'll do that on the next video. And so I'll catch you on the next video, you guys. This stuff seems to be constantly unveiling some of the weirdest stuff that I never imagined that it would unveil, but it's slowly unveiling things that are uncomfortable to my ear. But in the sake of Angie Stone, you guys, I need everybody to make sure you hashtag justice for Angie Stone, please. Justice for Angie Stone. Do that for me, you guys. And I'll catch you on the next video. It's crazy, y'all. Peace and love, and I'm out.